Hey YouTubers, and welcome back to Tony the Technician's channel. And today on Tool Talk episode 38, we're going to be going into my Dewalt tools and as well as covering some of their history, because I have really enjoyed Dewalt ever since the first time I used them back when I was a child, and my dad had a, it wasn't cordless, but you know, an impact, and a few other Dewalt tools that I found really nice and came in handy quite often. So I've always liked Dewalt, and they've gone through a few changes in the last few years, but we're going to get into some of the history and what Dewalt is all about, and then I'll show you some of my Dewalt tools and what I think of them, and I hope you guys enjoy. So we're going to start off with history. They've almost been around for 100 years. They started in 1923 by Raymond Dewalt, the inventor of the radial arm saw. He sold to Black & Decker in 1960. 1992, there's a lot of stuff that happened between them, but 1992, Black & Decker rebranded all their professional tools and stuff to Dewalt. So basically they had their Black & Decker line, and their nicer tools and stuff were branded Dewalt. More than 200 power hand tools and 800 accessories for those tools. They focused a lot in like woodworking and construction tools and stuff like that. So they became really big with commercial contractors. In 2011, Dewalt launched a line of contractor hand tools, like knives, adjustable wrenches, what else? Like their tape measures, saws, stuff like that. In 2013, they finally expanded into the mechanics tools, wrenches, ratchets, sockets, all that kind of stuff. They don't have a huge line for mechanics tools, but they have more than they used to. And I actually have a set of those, and I'm actually pretty damn happy with them. A lot of their tools, they are manufactured, or parts are manufactured all over the world, but a majority of their stuff is assembled here in the United States. So on a lot of the stuff, like I'll show you one, it'll say built in the US from Global Parts. But parts come from Brazil, China, Czech Republic, Italy, Mexico, UK, US, Malaysia, and yeah. So they got a wide variety of parts coming from all over the world. Last year they actually debuted the first ever hybrid voltage battery pack, which was called the FlexVolt. It basically could run multiple different things as far as their power tools. Like the FlexVolt could work with this 20 volt max impact, or it could be used on some of their heavier duty construction tools. They got big nailers and big saws and stuff that use the 60 volt, and this new FlexVolt battery can actually be interchanged, and it'll drop the voltage and everything like that, so you can swap them in and out. You don't have to be, you know, using multiple different batteries for all your different tools and everything. So that I thought was really cool. I don't think I'll ever own a 60 volt Dewalt tool, but I thought that was pretty cool. They also have a very big variety of amp hour batteries. They have, you know, 2, 4, 5, 6, and a whole bunch of others. So that's great. If you're just a do-it-yourselfer, you know, and you don't use it a whole lot, you can probably get away with a smaller battery. They're a little bit cheaper. But if you're doing a lot of work, they do offer those larger, longer lasting batteries. So that's pretty cool. But that's basically it as far as the history of Dewalt. And now I kind of want to show you just some of this stuff. So the first thing, well, not the first thing that I bought from Dewalt, but as far as their mechanics tools, you can buy this stuff individually, or you can get a big tool set, just like your normal, you know, do-it-yourselfer would go out and get a little tool set for their vehicle or whatever. Dewalt makes many different sizes of toolkits. There's one that's like a 204-piece set. It comes with a bunch of sockets, ratchets, extensions, stuff like that, and wrenches. But I bought the 194-piece set. Because the only reason I didn't get the 204-piece set was because it was half of it was basically wrenches, and I didn't need wrenches. and I found that the 194 piece set came with way more sockets, and so that's the one I went with. And I'll show you those sockets at the end. I didn't want to pull all my sockets out of my drawers. So, but it came with, you know, its ratchets, extensions, universals, spark plug sockets, basically everything you need. And it ran around $200. So it's really decently priced. And the thing I love about Dewalt is their warranty. They have a fantastic warranty. There's no hassle whatsoever. I haven't broke any of my Dewalt stuff yet, but I had a buddy, I think it was his 1/2-inch ratchet. It was not working. It just would not move. And he called them up, and they literally sent him out the ratchet the next day. No questions asked, nothing. You don't have to send a picture. You don't have to have your receipt. Just call Dewalt, and they'll send you the new part, broken part, you know, whether you broke it or lost it or whatever, they'll send it to you. So I thought that was really awesome. First off, we're going to start off with their extensions. Now, I didn't pull all of them out because you guys know extensions. They come in different lengths and stuff. They're not wobble or locking or anything like that. They're just your normal extensions. They do have this knurling here on all 3 sizes. And it is etched in Dewalt and the part number on each one. So if you break this, you know, you can just read them the part number or tell them, you know, what you need, and they'll get it sent out. So all of them have the knurling. They're all a really nice chrome job, and I really like the Dewalt symbol that they etched into it. I know that's not a big deal. It's not really useful, but I think their etching is really great. So here's kind of a close-up of it. Nice knurling, etching, part number, and they hold sockets really well. But moving on, you do get a wide variety of those in the toolkit. I think I got, you know, 3 or 4 1/4-inch and 3 or 4 3/8, and then I think I got 2 1/2-inch extensions, one being this long one that I just showed you, and like another one being a 6-inch extension. Moving on, now, yes, the Dewalt ratchets are very hefty. They are quite large, but just holding them, you can feel how strong they are. They feel really well built. They're 72 tooth, pretty smooth. I'm not going to say they're the best ratchet. I probably wouldn't use these in the professional field just because of how large they are, but they definitely feel strong. I mean, just this 1/2-inch one, it is really beefy. I mean, that is a thick head on it. You do have a quick release, smooth reversible action, and the reversible action kind of, it sticks up here, but it kind of goes down into this groove that they cut out in the ratchet. And this 1/2-inch one actually operates very smoothly. I know my buddy had a problem with his. It wouldn't turn whatsoever, but they sent him a new one and it worked perfect. So if you're a do-it-yourselfer, you can pick up these ratchets individually if you really do like the design of them. They feel great in the hand just because of how big the handle is, but you got to keep in mind it is a very big ratchet. So they operate smoothly. They're good for do-it-yourselfers. You can pick them up individually for around, you know, $20, $25, and around $30 to $50 for the larger one. It all depends on where you go. You can find a lot of the stuff at Sears, but you know, Sears, they like to up the price. You're better off looking it up online, and you'll save about half of the cost. So I would definitely suggest looking up Dewalt tools online instead of going to get them in stores. Okay, so continuing on, what I have up now are my 2 impacts that I have here at home. I originally bought, I think it was this impact driver that came with these 2 batteries and a charger, and it was a really decent price. I think, don't quote me on this, around $150. And then I bought this one alone, I think, for like $70. Just because this is just a 1/4-inch impact driver. Granted, you can put your different adapters in here, 1/4-inch, 3/8, and 1/2-inch. And it does have 3 different power levels on it that you can change here, and all of that. But I also wanted just a 1/2-inch impact for quick jobs, so I don't have to keep you know, putting the adapter in here or whatnot. This is the XR Dewalt 20 volt max These are both 4 amp hour batteries. They have a 15-second delay on the lights, and like I stated, 3 different power levels. So it is pretty damn powerful. These batteries last a really long time. I'm extremely happy with them. And with the Dewalt charger, they charge extremely fast. I think it takes less than an hour to get a full charge on them. And they do have a battery life indicator on the back. You just simply press this button and it'll tell you how charged the battery actually is. Still got some juice left in it. It also comes with a clip for the side that you can mount here to hang it on your belt and all that. This is just the 20 volt max. It's not the brushless like this 1/4 inch impact driver, but you do have the 15-second delay. It's just 1 power level. I can't tell you the specs on it. I think I did a video alone just on these impacts that will tell you the power levels and all that. But moving right along, like I stated, this is the brushless one, and here on the handle it does say Made in USA with global materials. Let's see if I can get you guys a close-up of that. So you will find that on quite a few of the Dewalt tools, and I think that's pretty cool that they're still able to put, you know, USA on there. Granted, all the parts aren't made in USA, but just knowing that it's assembled in the USA makes me feel a little bit better. I already like Dewalt, so it's not a big issue whether it's made in USA or not, because I've had 0 issues with my Dewalt tools. Moving on, it's basically these little kits that you can buy of different bits and stuff like that. So this is your normal set that you would use with, you know, you could use this on the impact driver. It's got a few different drill bits in here that have the 1/4 inch adapter on it, so you can just throw it right in the impact driver and go to town, or in a drill, and it's quick and easy. Then you got a couple quick release tools here, and then you just got your normal bits, you know, flathead, Phillips, you got some squares, and a little nut driver down in here. These sets, they range anywhere from $10 to $30 or $40. It all depends on which one you get. They have a very wide variety of these. These are just the 2 that I have, and I broke them down in half. You can simply just take them apart just to fit them in my toolbox a little bit better and keep things organized. These are their flex torque bits. It's pretty cool because it kind of prevents you from really destroying a fastener. This will start to twist instead of rounding out the fastener of whatever you're trying to take off or put in. And then it comes with your 3/8 bit adapter and then a few nut drivers. So what I like about this 1/4 inch impact driver is you don't have to pull this out in order to put this attachment in. You simply put it in and it locks it in. And then to remove it, you pull it and it comes out. Sometimes these cases can be a pain in the ass to get these back in, but overall not too bad. This set also has more Phillips heads over here. You get plenty of them. And then you also get some impact sockets. These are the only Dewalt impact sockets I have, and truthfully I haven't even used these yet. I use my gear wrench ones just because they're right there. Half the time I forget I even have these. Plus it's really weird because they're 3/8 and 9.5 millimeter, so they have both measurements on there, so I don't know if it's, you know, like in between or what's going on there, but I have heard really good things about the Dewalt impacts. But truthfully I think you can find the same quality of impact sockets for a little bit better price somewhere out there. I know a few guys have done reviews on them. So granted, if you do want to spend a little bit more money, you can get the Dewalt impact sockets, but you can find almost the exact same thing somewhere else for a little bit cheaper. So that's it for those. Moving right along. The toolkit that I bought, the 194-piece set, does come with your SAE and metric Allen keys. Very good variety of them. I use these quite often actually, and they're pretty damn strong. Then these are one of my favorite pliers. They are the locking adjustable pliers, and I really like that more than the ones that you had to open up and move. I really like how they lock in place and they don't move. It's got a very strong design, comfortable handle. The handles aren't too thick, so you can get in some pretty tight spaces. They're really strong. They have the part number here on the handle, and some really good teeth on here. I've used them quite a bit, and it hasn't even messed up the paint or anything. This is kind of a rust-resistant coating on here, more of like a paint, but I haven't even messed them up yet, and I've used them quite a bit. But I think this set for both of them together runs $20 or $30, or you can buy them individually for around $10 or $15. But you get the larger and the smaller set, and they got the angled teeth instead of just the straight-on teeth, so that's another feature that I really like. You can also get them in many different brands. Bostitch makes the exact same thing. I also have a set of those. But as you guys know, Matco, Nipex, all of those guys make a locking adjustable plier. One thing that I ordered that I really, really like, I wasn't sure about it, but after I ordered them, they're wrenches. They're amazing. These are their angled, they got a little bit of an offset there, because my flex head from Gear Wrench, they don't have an offset. I mean, you can angle them, but it's not the same as having an actual offset. They also aren't reversible, and pricing these to some of the other ratcheting wrenches out there with a reverse and all that, these were definitely the best price for the amount of wrenches that you get. If you get these in Sears, they're going to be $100. It's a set of 10 for the metric and $100 for a set of 10 of the SAE. So that's $200 on 20 wrenches from Dewalt if you buy them at Sears. I got them online, both sets for under $100. It was around $90 for both sets. So that was a really good deal. I couldn't pass it up for having that reversible action. It's got a really smooth operating box end. And what I thought was really cool is it's not just a normal open end. It does have this angle cut here for fasteners in the back end, and then it also has an indent on the top and bottom of the open end, kind of like the flank drive, but not exactly, obviously. Every tool brand kind of has their own feature in the open end. I'm going to try and show this to you. Not sure if you can really see that, but there is like a little tooth or an indent in the open end of the wrench, which I keep these in my work box. So I don't use them here at home, but I have used them at school, and they work absolutely great. I almost like them more than my Matco ones, just because if you've watched any of my previous videos, when I first started using my Matco wrenches, ratcheting wrenches, I had some issues with them. They didn't like to work correctly, and plus those aren't reversible, and you guys know how handy a reversible action can come when working in a tight space. So I forgot to show you kind of the engravings on it. It is very nice etching. They kind of have this knurling pad right here and here, and then the size imprinted 2 times on each side, and it says Dewalt and the part number for each wrench. I wanted to show you guys both entire sets, but I wasn't going to bring all my wrenches home from school. That would just be way too much of a hassle. And plus, you can check out one of my previous videos where I actually go a little bit more in depth, I believe, on these wrenches. So actually, after having these for a few months, I do absolutely love these wrenches. So if you were thinking about getting the Dewalt wrenches, I would suggest them. Then next up, I have a set, or a kit, the Dewalt ratcheting T-handle. This is a pretty decent set, but I don't necessarily find myself using it all that often. Most of the time I'm grabbing, like an Allen key or a bit socket. But I have used this, 3 or 4 times, and it is pretty damn strong. I used it, did I use it on something on my engine? Oh, it was my valve cover bolts that hold my valve cover down, and a few other things. And this is a very sturdy T-handle, and you get this magnetic end, so you can put, all of these are locked in place here. You can put it in this end, and it's magnetic, it stays in there really nice. The handle feels really good, nice and rubberized, very strong. Or you can put it in this end, also magnetic, but then you have the reverse action right here, this metal end right here. You just, you can lock it in place in the center, or loosen or tighten. if I remember correctly, I think this set was around $20, so it really wasn't all that bad. You get a very good variety of bits. Long ones, they're all Allens here. And then you got your flathead Phillips, some more short Allens here and here, and then some room to add on as well. But truthfully, I haven't used this all that much, so I can't give you a real good, you know, in-depth of what I think about it. But overall, it's a decent tool. It all depends on if you use T-handles a lot or not. The next thing that I really like from Dewalt, I just have a couple of them, but it's these kits that they sell, and they're stackable. You can lock them in place so they stay together, they kind of hold together, and they're really nice. If you've seen my toolbox tour, you've definitely seen me go through them. This top one is a extension and spark plug socket with some universals and some adapters in here. You got a 1/4 inch adapter, 3/8. Then you got your 1/4 inch to 3/8, 3/8 to 1/4 inch, 1/4 inch swivel, 3/8 swivel, and your 3 most common spark plug sockets, along with 3/8 extensions and 1/4 inch extensions. Each one of these little kits run around $30. You can find them on sale as low as like $18. It all depends. And then of course Sears sells them for quite a bit more. But I really like the case. This fits perfectly in my box, and it keeps everything organized. The next one that I bought was the nut driver set. I love this, even though it's not ratcheting. It reminds me of the old Klein screwdrivers and stuff. It's just got that old-fashioned, real comfortable grip handle. This is a very strong shaft. I've used this quite a few times actually. I like this set just because it saves me from buying an entire set of nut drivers, and that takes up a lot of room, where it keeps all your nut driver sizes, both SAE and metric, in this nice little blow molded case, along with a crap ton of bits. You got Torx with the tamper-proof hole in them. You got some Allens, flatheads, Phillips. I mean, you got a wide variety of bits here, and they all stay in here really well. It's a nice strong magnet and nice snug fit. So overall, you get a very wide variety of different sized nut drivers and bits. So for, I think this one I paid $25 for. I absolutely love it, just because it has all the nut drivers that I have or need without having to fill an entire drawer up with different nut drivers. They also have a lot of different sets like these that hold impact sockets, regular sockets, ratchets. I mean, they have a wide variety of these, and they're all stackable and lockable. So if you want to keep, you know, a wide variety of tools in like your truck or something, they stack very nicely. You can slide them right underneath the seat. They're travel friendly basically. So that's basically it as far as my Dewalt tools. I'm sure I probably have some others hiding around here somewhere, but those are the ones that I use here at home. And I gotta say, I really like Dewalt. I love the way they're going. I hope they keep expanding on their mechanics tools, just because after buying that 194 piece set, I am actually you know, really enjoying that set. It's holding up very well. And those are actually the sockets that I use here at home. So now I'll go ahead and show you the sockets that I have. Obviously I took them out of the case and put them on rails, but basically every chrome socket that you see in here, besides these swivels down here and this set right here, these are gear wrench, but all of this, all 3 rows here and the 2 rows back here are all Dewalt. This is all metric. You got 1/4 inch deep and shallow. You got 3/8 deep and shallow. And then you also have some Allen bit sockets here, along with all your 1/2 inch sockets. Like I said, the 194 piece set comes with a lot of sockets. And granted, this socket here and here are Craftsman, and same thing with these 2 down here, but everything else is Dewalt. I just bought those in order to fill up this rail, and it's always good to have, you know, a wider variety of sockets. So that's the metric, and then here is the SAE. just like before, you have your 1/4 inch shallow and deep, 3/8 shallow and deep, some spark plug sockets, and your 1/2 inch. Very good variety. These top 3 are, I think one's a Powerbuilt and the other 2 are Craftsman. And then you have all 3 swivels. You get a 1/4 inch, 3/8, and 1/2 inch swivel. So I thought that was really cool. And then I also have more of the Dewalt extensions over here as well, but I wasn't going to dig all those out. But kind of a closer up look at these Dewalt sockets. All of them have the knurling at the bottom. You know, like Gear Wrench does knurling, I believe, on the metric, and then they just have 2 lines on the SAE, kind of to help you identify the difference, just in case you don't have them in their case. But the Dewalt has knurling on all of their sockets. Nice engraving or etching of the sizes and Dewalt. And then the part number. It does have a kind of a, I forget what you call that. Damn it. Basically, where this lip is inside the socket, they're about halfway down. Some of your sockets, you will have them all the way at the bottom, and then like my Gear Wrench sockets, they actually have the lip higher up close to kind of hold that nut or fastener in the socket without it dropping all the way to the bottom, so you can get a fastener started a little bit easier. And then these, well, these are all Dewalt Torx as well, and that all came in that 194 piece set. So guys, that's it for my Dewalt tool set. A pretty good variety of Dewalt tools. I still want to get a bigger 1/2 inch impact for my workbox through Dewalt, just because I want to keep with basically the same brand, so I don't have to keep, you know, multiple different chargers and batteries and stuff laying around. I can basically all of my tools will be interchangeable. I am looking at the Milwaukee 3/8 cordless ratchet. I've been talking about it for a long time. I am probably going to purchase it next month, so I will do a review on that, and we'll see how that goes. I'm sure I'll really love it. It's got a lot of good reviews and everything, and yeah. So that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to hit that thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and as always, subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Thank you guys.